Welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast. I'm Shannon.
I'm Jaja.
And we're back bringing you all our thoughts on everything happening in nerd culture. Jaja, how are you?
Not bad. Not bad. A little gamed out. It's been a lot of gaming this week for me,
Oh, nice.
at least.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. Before we start this podcast, I have to issue an apology to James, who did in fact try to log on to the Zoom last week. But I didn't see him try to log on because he tried to log on before we got on. So I didn't see him. But in my defense, he also should have called me to tell me he was trying to log on. So he tried to log on once and then he told me that he fell back asleep after. And I was like, okay, whatever. But at least you tried. So
Fair enough.
I was talking a lot of shit last week. Sorry, James.
Got it. Got to recant some of the statements there.
Yeah. So my bad. If you pop on magically today, I'll be impressed. If not, we'll probably be back next week altogether. Cool. So Jaja, what are some nerdy things you've been up to? Let's hear about all the gaming you've been doing.
So been playing some games. I started playing Once Human. It's like a zombie survival game.
Ugh.
Pretty good.
Okay.
I like it so far. But I'm just starting that. I'm still playing No Man's Sky, making a lot of progress in that. I'm like the furthest I've ever been in the game. So still enjoying that. And I finished Demon Slayer, the manga.
What? You guys are all beating me.
I could give a quick review of that. I don't know if you want
No.
me to do it.
No. Don't review it.
Wait.
I have to finish it. Don't spoil it for me.
Right.
I will be done in like the next week or so.
It was gonna be a spoiler-free review.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I'll wait. No. I'll wait.
No. I want to. No.
I'll wait. I have to wait now because I want you to. I want you to have your own view on it. I don't want me to.
Okay.
Say anything crazy.
I will be done with it in like the next week or so. So maybe next week we can talk about it. I might be done by then.
So I was gonna start My Hero, and I saw. So I'm probably gonna watch the anime and then read from there. So I started One Punch Man.
Okay.
Not started, but started continuing it. I'm like, I went
manga.
back a few chapters to reread some stuff. So I'm like 30 chapters off from where it's supposed to be. So that's probably the one I'm going to catch up with right now. And then Gamescon was this week. So it was 3 days of Gamescon that I watched.
All of it? Oh, geez.
I mean, I didn't watch all of it. I skipped through a lot of like the talking interviews and just wanted to see like gameplay. And because it's like 4-hour streams, like I'm not sitting through 4-hour streams. So anyway, Gamescon, I watched a lot of that, and yeah, and that's and just some like not super nerdy things, but I thought this was pretty interesting. My YouTube has been giving me a lot of like LA car chases from the police. So I don't know if there's something happening in California, but there's a lot of car chases been going on recently, or my YouTube is just replaying old ones for me. I don't know. But I've been watching live car chases this week.
When isn't there something happening in California? That's fun though. When I used to work in news, we used to see feeds from other like from like helicopter cams of car chases all the time. It was the fun part of my job.
Kind of interesting. And then something for you. I don't know if you were watching this season of Love Island.
No.
Okay.
No.
Somehow I watched the reunion. Don't ask me how. And my whole Instagram just is giving me all Love Island stuff. And
of course it is.
I'm pretty upset.
Yeah.
I'm pretty mad. So my algorithm is all messed up. It's just showing me Leia and Rob, all these people that I don't know and don't care about. So I've been yelling things into my phone, random things into my phone, hoping to switch up the algorithm.
Anything to get it to go away. But why did you
wait? No, that goes.
I have to know. But I have to know now. Why did you watch the finale? You did this to yourself, I think.
I was around some people who were watching, who really wanted to watch it, and they were very disappointed because that finale was trash. That was.
Wait, so where you watched? So did? Oh, I was about to say, how do you know? Did you watch the?
Because half of the finale, they hyped up this conversation. They were like, oh, we're going to show you the uncut raw fire pit conversation. And it was like a 15, 20-minute conversation of nothing. them just talking, and it was just like, what the fuck are we watching? Yes, they had to edit this. This is a whole bunch of nothing. Why would y'all show this to us? So it wasn't only me who felt like that. A lot of the fans, felt like that. But
Yeah, that's funny.
yeah,
And
fun fact.
did you successfully push it out of your algorithm?
No, not yet. That Love Island algorithm is strong. Like I'm trying to get it out, man. I'm working on it.
Well, maybe talking about some stuff today will will help you for sure.
Mhm.
Okay, what did I do? So, Anime NYC was this week. I forgot to mention
Yeah.
last week. I forgot to mention last week that I was going to Anime NYC. But
Okay.
yeah, so I only went one day. I went Saturday, yesterday. It was a good time. So I went with some coworkers. We did a group One Piece cosplay. So I was Alvida, which I was the only Alvida in a sea of One Piece cosplays because One Piece was very popular cosplay yesterday.
See, how
Which
did I miss this on my algorithm? I did
I don't
not see
know.
it. I gotta go check out a picture of you, but
Yeah, you gotta go before it's gone on my stories. But
yeah.
yeah,
So that's cool. How was it?
it was fun. It was fun. I had a great time. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, a lot of One Piece cosplays there. So it was very popular. We went to the One Piece cosplay meetup, and
Mhm.
there were a ton of people there. There were a ton of people. I want to say the most popular One Piece cosplay that I saw, aside from the typical like Luffy, was hold on, because y'all know that I'm not that deep into One Piece, so I don't know these people's. I don't know some of these people's names. What's this guy's name? Uh, what's the guy's name with like the hat, the spotted hat? Are you that far?
The spotted hat. A
Yeah.
spotted hat. I it's not coming off the top of my head. There's so many characters.
No, I'm good. We're
I
gonna
know
get.
you're not talking about Buggy.
No, no, not Buggy. No, no, no,
Brown.
no, no.
The
I'm not talking about
spotted
Buggy.
hat.
I know that much about One Piece. I'm gonna
Oh,
find out for you right
I
now.
am checking out your cosplay. You look fire. The group
Oh,
looks
thank you.
fire. Nice.
Thank you. Yeah, one of my coworkers did a really cool Brook cosplay. I don't know if you saw it. Did you see him?
Yes, I see all of them. They all
Yeah,
look fire.
yeah. Um,
Y'all did
um,
really good. Wow.
Thanks. Yeah, it was good. So yeah, my friend Nina, I mentioned this in our earlier podcast. My friend Nina, her mom made my jacket that I was wearing. So it came out
Oh
really
my
well.
God. Yeah, that's a really good Brooke. That's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. So
And
Brooke,
then
oh,
we got a Shanks in there, a Buggy,
yeah, yeah.
and an
So
Alvida.
yeah,
Nice.
my friend Nina was Buggy. There were a bit more of us, but that's the picture we got. But if you go go two pictures over to like the other
Yeah.
group picture. Okay, so the one on the left, the one with the white spotted hat on. Who is that character? Guys,
He
don't.
looks familiar. He's like one of the I think if I'm not the best person to ask about this,
Yeah, I was
but
about to say don't
he
don't.
looks like one of the guys who's like he's like one of the captains of his ship. I don't know his name. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be able to pull his name. Uh
This is a really bad conversation we're having, guys.
yeah,
You guys
James is gonna
know
kill
you
us right now.
you guys know that I'm not for the listeners. You guys know that I'm not that into One Piece. I've only seen
If
a little bit
I
of it.
heard his
So
name, I would be like, that's him. Because I feel
yeah.
like they just like introduced him in the episodes of if I'm right, they like he's kind of new where I'm at. But
Okay.
I don't know. I could be completely wrong and like completely butchering this, so we can move on. What what else happened?
But
That anime?
the point I was trying to make though was that there were a lot of that character's cosplays. Again,
Okay.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm not that deep into One Piece.
Hmm.
Maybe one day I'll get there, but I'm not there yet. But I'm deep enough to have cosplayed the character I cosplayed. Yeah, so there were a lot of that character. There were a lot of um I don't know if you're that deep into One Piece now either. The actually never mind. I'm just not even gonna talk about this. I'm not even gonna talk about this. It's the arc, it's like the future arc type thing where they're all wearing kind of like the
Oh
space-ish
yeah,
outfits.
I'm not
Yeah,
that
yeah.
far. No,
Yes.
nowhere near.
But that was very popular. A lot of people were wearing the outfits of the characters from like that arc. So
Gotcha.
that was also very popular. What else did I see? I saw a lot of other cool, interesting characters. I didn't go to any panels. I wanted to, but we just didn't get a chance to. So we just spent a lot of time like taking pictures, walking around the show floor. This is why I like to go to Anime NYC more than one day, so I can kind of split up what I devote my time to.
Mm-hmm.
So like you can spend a day walking around and you can spend a day going to panels, but I was only able to go one day this year, maybe next year. But it was fun though. I had a great time. I bought some stuff. I said I wasn't gonna buy anything, but that never happens when you're not going. This is what happens when you don't go to panels and you spend time walking around the show floor. So I
What'd you
bought
get?
I bought some practical things that I'm gonna use. Like I'm using this cup now, this Tengen cup, which is pretty
Fire.
awesome. It has like the
Mm-hmm.
manga panel on it, and then like
Yep.
so I'm getting used to that.
Nice.
I was on the hunt for like a good Demon Slayer t-shirt that had Tengen on it because like people don't like to let me go on this little side rant real quick, okay? People don't like to respect Tengen because he retired. So they don't like to include him in things on like merch and stuff because he's not a real Hashira, but he was retired. So I need people to respect him, okay? Because his arc was the best one. Okay. So let us not disrespect Tengen in that way.
I mean,
okay?
we can continue this conversation after you finish the manga.
Okay. Oh no, I'm speaking too soon. Okay, let me shut up.
Was that a bad undertone? My bad. I was trying to stay like.
Okay. Let me shut up. Let me finish the manga. You're right. You're right. I bought this little standee of Gojo and Gato. So this is sitting on my desk. Love this. And then I bought also Gojo Cat. Gojo Cat's very popular. This is a keychain. So I'm gonna put this on my bag.
Nice.
And I bought like a decal for my car. So that was all I bought. Like nothing too crazy. Nothing too
Okay.
crazy.
No swords this time.
No swords, nothing unnecessary. Listen, the keyblade is still sitting back there. Okay. I'm waiting for somebody to come put the brackets on my wall so I can hang it up. But so I will not be buying any swords anytime soon.
That's too funny.
But yeah, Anime NYC, great time. So they had the whole Javits Center this year. And in the past years, I've only had a part of the Javits Center. So they used that space, I think, to put more programming in. Like the show floor was still the show floor. There wasn't any like bigger space for like vendors, but they put a gaming floor in, which was cool. So they had like indie gamers there, so you could play like some people's indie games. They had like a bunch of different, like they had like Magic the Gathering area. They had like an area to play like Mahjong. They had like a whole bunch of different stuff. So that was new and that was cool. What else? And then yeah, there's just more space to have like more programming. So yeah, it was good.
Okay.
Great time. I will be going to at least 2 days next year, I think, for sure. So I can just like break up the time. Yeah, and then so I haven't been playing any games. I didn't play any games this week. But I took a brief hiatus I was reading Demon Slayer. I took a brief hiatus, but I just started reading it again this past week. So I should be finished like next week. I'm on what chapter am I on? Let's see.
Yeah, they're like short chapters, like 20-page chapters.
The chapters are super short.
I'm like, I think Attack on Titan used to have like 30, 40 sometimes.
Yeah. I have a bit to go. I'm on chapter 161. So I have a little bit to go. Yeah. But not that far off, but a little bit to go.
40 goes by really quick in Demon Slayer.
Yeah, no, it does. The chapters are super short, super easy to get through. What else did I do? Oh, I'm getting my tattoo this week, my anime tattoo. So I should reveal that on social media at some point next week. Looking forward to that. That's happening on Thursday. And I think that is it for my nerdy things.
Are you staying local for your tattoo?
I am. I found a really good New York-based artist, so I don't have to spend an arm and a leg getting out to wherever. So I am happy about that.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm very happy about that. And the artist I found is really his work. I really like his work, so I'm excited. For sure. But yeah, that was pretty much all I did this week, which I think was pretty. I think it's a step up from my other weeks for sure. We were gonna go to an after party yesterday, but we were exhausted. So even though we had already bought the tickets to the after party, we didn't go because we were tired. And yeah, my feet were killing me by the end of the day. It was bad, but the tickets weren't that expensive. They were like $27. So I'm like, I'm okay eating this money. I just want to go home and lay down. So that's how you know I'm getting old, guys. It's bad. But when you're at a con all day, it's hard. Okay. It's hard when you like live locally, because I live in the Bronx and NYC is in Manhattan. And like it's hard when you live locally and you're not like staying in a hotel nearby because you can't just like go home real quick and like sit down
Mhm.
for 2 hours and come back out to go to an after party. Like I'm not going all the way back home and coming all the way back to the city. You know what I mean? And it was a long
Mhm.
day. We were there for like 8 hours. And
Yeah.
then after that, then you have to kind of like wait. And then it's like you don't want to get to the party like right when it starts because like it's not going to be like that good. So it's like, no. At that point, you just want to go home, you know? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, in New York, it is hard because like going home, depending on where you live, could
yeah.
be like a trek.
Yeah.
Or like in Florida, it's like I feel like I could pop back. I could leave early enough to go
Yeah.
home, make a trip home, and come back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you're talking.
Yeah. It is the qualm. It is the qualm. Like
Uh-huh.
if I did a whole weekend of Anime NYC next year, actually, let me see. Depending on like depending on how rich I feel, I would just stay in the city that weekend and just be right there.
Yeah, or well, yeah, for New York City, you might have to do that. I
Yeah.
was gonna say, like, if you're going the whole weekend, the after party night, you're definitely leaving the con early to come back and get ready for the after party.
Yeah. But the after party wasn't that important to me where I wanted to leave the con early, you know what I mean? So
I got you.
yeah, yeah. So
Depends. It depends on what your goals are.
mhm.
You want to turn up, you want to buy stuff, you want to take pictures, whatever your goals are, you got to plan for it.
Yeah. So that was fine. No after parties were had. Anyway, let's get into some nerdy things. So the biggest thing this week, there are a couple of big things this week, but the biggest thing I've been seeing on the internet this week is Black Myth Wukong came out, which we were talking about last week.
Mhm.
And has done amazingly in sales. 10 million copies sold in 3 days, and
Mhm.
something like 1.3 million players concurrently at any given time, which is also crazy. But what's crazy to me is that I've seen like such drastic reviews from like high praise to like super low. So like super
Really?
low. Yeah, I've seen like very like both end of the spectrum type reviews. Have you only been seeing good stuff or like what have you been seeing?
I have only been seeing really good stuff. I mean, the one of the things I heard is they've been critical on is the story. Like you kind
Yes.
of need to know some of the backstory before you because they don't explain everything in the story, but everything else I haven't heard anything else bad about the game.
Yeah. Actually,
Uh,
it's 3 million concurrent players across all platforms.
And I don't know how I feel about this because I'm on a streak of not having the unpopular opinion. I said it last pod that this game was gonna be more popular than Elden Ring.
Yeah. And
I was taking bets.
huh?
I
Huh?
was taking bets last week.
Yeah. And it is um right now. Well, right now it is. So
It's
yeah,
it.
it's the fastest selling video game of all time right now.
Mhm.
Yep. So I just want to get the comparison of what Elden Ring did sales wise when it first came out.
It's comparing. I was watching somebody compare its sales to Pokemon, like the last two Pokemon games. The last two. This game is selling as much as the last two Pokemon games that came out. What was that? Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. Because
Yeah.
some people buy both Pokemon games. So like it's insane.
Yeah, for sure. Um, okay, so I can't find it right now, but yeah,
I
it
think
is
it
great.
I,
Hmm.
one of the things I was saying is sold like 700 um million copies, something like that. Or 100 million copies.
Wait, what sold 100 million copies?
Blacksmith Wukong.
No, it's well, right
Oh, it
now.
had
No,
10
10,
million,
10, not 100
10
million.
million
That would
copies.
be insane.
Oh
There's
my
no
god. I think last week we were saying 100 million.
we were. That's a lot
Because I think
for
because I did a calculation where it was like, oh snap, they made $250 million in just game sales in like a day. But to think of 10 million copies times $60, I can't. I don't even want to do the math right now.
isn't
No,
it
I
that
don't want to do that math in my head. I'm gonna get set.
um come on keyboard. Sorry. How
Do you plan on getting this game, Shin?
I don't know. I still have to finish Elden Ring, so I really don't want to buy another game before I finish Elden Ring. And by the time I get to it, the hype is probably going to be gone, but I just want to finish Elden Ring first. I don't have before I just throw myself into another $70 game. I've heard some things like, so I heard that this is not a true open world game, which kind of makes me a little bit sad. And I heard that there's like some clunkiness with the fighting, with the combat. But yeah, nothing like too horrible. I've only heard bad things from the toxic Elden Ring community.
It's a lot of people are saying that it's not like a Dark Soul. It's not a Soul-like game. It's more like an action, traditional action RPG. It's not as hard, even though there's difficult parts of the game. So I don't know. I don't know why people are still comparing it to Elden Ring. I get it, but I don't get it at the same time.
It's the toxic community. Like that's all that they're talking about. Like, it's not a Souls-like game. Don't say that. People are like getting angry all the time. But anyway. Yeah, so I'm gonna play it eventually, but just not like right now. What about you, Jaja? Are you gonna buy it?
Yes. I don't know when, but I do plan on getting this game. I have to. I've been following this game for like ever since I saw the first trailer. I have to get it at some point.
I'm interested to see if James, well, he's been away, but I'm interested to see, like, by the time we record again, if he would have bought it. Very interested to see.
James probably bought it and beat it by the time he comes back.
Maybe. Probably not though, knowing him. But yeah, congrats to them, because that's a major accomplishment. That's a lot of games sold in just your opening weekend. I wonder how much it costs to make the game. I wonder like how much profit they've seen, if any, so far. But yeah, we're gonna check the numbers next week too and see how many more copies have been sold.
And I was also reading somewhere that the PS5 is like selling out in China, because that's a lot of the people who are playing this game.
Yeah, it's actually doing really well over there. Yeah,
Mhm.
so even better than it is here. So
Mhm.
that's great. Yeah, congrats to them. And we saw a couple of people give their congrats to them, like Pocket Pair. What's that company called that made Power World?
It's not coming to my head right now.
Anyway,
Pocket Pair sounds like Pokemon.
The creators of Power World tweeted their congratulations to the game, and some other companies too. So anyway, congrats to the game. It's doing well. Yeah,
Power is that funny. They're like, every time another game is popular, they're like, oh yeah, we're so happy somebody's playing another different game. They don't have to play our game all the time. It's okay. Like, y'all made so much money that y'all don't care. Y'all like
yeah. Also, is anybody even still, I wonder how many concurrent players Power World has right now still. Like, is anyone playing it? Like,
I'm
still?
pretty sure it's not dead.
No, I know it's not dead.
Yeah,
but like I'm pretty sure like their concurrent players have dropped significantly, especially since the full game is still not out yet. Yeah, just like Pokemon Go is not dead, but it's not as popular as it was before. So
I mean, they're in the green right now, so anything that happens with the game is just
yeah,
good for
them. But yeah, so great for them. And Nintendo, we're gonna get to a lot of Nintendo news in a second, but Nintendo. We learned that the Nintendo Switch 2, that mythological thing that we don't know when it's coming out, we'll see support from Amazon Games. So like that's pretty cool. Because we haven't really heard like on the last Switch, I feel like there wasn't a lot of support from third-party developers. But it's pretty cool that Amazon Games is going to
So what does that mean? Does that mean like Luna's gonna be running on the Switch or something?
I don't know.
They're just gonna develop games for
Amazon. Yeah, Amazon Games is gonna develop games for the Switch.
Okay.
Yes. I don't really even like, what games does Amazon Games have? I don't even know.
I'm not sure. I'm all I'm too familiar with is their streaming platform.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure if they have any original like first party Amazon games.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be interesting because I would like to see how this leads to maybe other companies also having support for the Switch as well. It just opens a gate for other cool things to happen.
Well, I mean, Netflix has been doing it.
They
got games on Xbox, I know.
Yeah.
Like,
well, yeah, I know. Yeah, but it's I feel like the Switch is like so specific. So, and it's just like Microsoft, I'm not surprised that like they have support from third-party developers, obviously. They're like that's like their whole thing. But yeah, Nintendo is like I feel like has been like very exclusive notoriously before, so it's a new thing for them, I think. Um so yeah. But again, don't know what kind of games Amazon develops, so we'll see. And the
I'm
Switch
kind of like
Mhm.
I'm kind of like burnt out of Switch 2 news right now.
Yeah, or the lack of it. There's no real Switch 2 news because like we still don't know when the Switch 2 is coming out. Or
Mhm.
we haven't seen it. We don't know when it's coming out. We know nothing about it.
Yeah.
So that yeah, so if you're burnt out of fake Switch 2, or not fake, but like unconfirmed, rumored Switch 2 news, I completely get it. So am I.
Mhm.
Completely, yeah. I understand. Um, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, let's not even talk about the Switch 2 anymore until we get an actual reveal of the console. That's a good idea.
At least until next week.
Until next week. Okay. Um, so yes, Jaja, let's talk about Gamescon that you watched all
Gamescom,
of.
Gamescom. Oh my God, Gamescom. There was a lot of stuff. A lot of the same games that we've been seeing since the summer. Um, Xbox did have a big presence there. They had a huge booth. Gamescom is one of those cons that I would much rather be at than watch on TV. Like
Yeah.
they had booths everywhere for you to play the games, a lot of stuff for you to interact with. So it was one of those cons. It reminded me of what's the Digital Life?
Hmm.
You ever went to Digital Life at the convention center and they just had video games everywhere for you to play, and then
I
all
have
the
not.
technology that was coming out. I missed that
Oh,
convention. But one of the big announcements was they showed a lot of gameplay from Indiana Jones, and we got announcement that it's releases December 9th and then comes out on PS5 in the spring of 2025.
nice.
So
Okay.
Phil Spencer kind of I don't know what the word is, went back on his word because he was quoted in interviews saying that Indiana Jones wasn't going to be one of the games, but it turns out it is going to be one of the games. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I really don't know how to feel about it because Xbox's whole goal play games anywhere, but it's like, bro, what is the Do we need to buy your console?
Mm,
It's leads to a lot of questions. It's mixed
mm.
messaging from Microsoft. I really don't know exactly what their game plan is. I don't see them getting out of the hardware game because we're going to talk about it later. They're coming out with inventing a whole bunch of hardware and accessories for the Xbox, but it's just weird. So
Yeah,
that
they
was
are going back and forth a lot. So, well, not, but they're not actually going back and forth a lot, but like, yeah, what you're
they're
like exactly,
experimenting. It
yeah,
feels like.
exactly what you said. Yeah, it's a lot of like their actions are leading to mixed messaging. I get it.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah, for
And
sure.
I also understand it because right now the business of the gaming industry is in absolute chaos right now.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, I kind of get it, but it's also confusing as a consumer because we're not getting what we want or we don't know. It's just confusing messaging in the marketing. So
Yes.
I don't know. They got to figure it out. But off of Indiana Jones, they showed Star Wars Outlaws gameplay. Um, they showed Batman Arkham Shadow. It's a VR game,
Okay.
and it looked pretty good.
Hmm.
Um, what else? What else? What else? World of Warcraft. They went into the new expansion that's coming out for that. I guess a lot of people are hyped for that. They had the Sonic Generations. We saw Avowed. Um, Avowed. They had they said in their interview that they are making it 30 frames per second
Hmm.
because it's like a first person action single player game and it doesn't need to be 60 frames per second. Really don't know how I feel about that
Okay.
because a lot of people took that as what do you mean? Like every game is 60 frames per second. So we'll
Yeah.
see. They might be catching some backlash from that.
Yeah.
But they showed some gameplay from that. It's coming February 15th. I'm looking forward to Avowed. Hopefully it doesn't flop. It's kind of like some people I'm hearing mixed things about that game. Some people are saying it looks amazing. Some people are like, eh.
Mm.
So, and then I did watch the Civilization 7 presentation. This was one of their featured games. I guess they're revamping the whole game, and a lot of the gameplay features have changed. So I'm a
You,
big Civilization fan.
oh, I was about to ask, are you? I feel like
Yeah.
I've never heard you talk about Civilization ever.
I used to play Civilization 1, Civilization 2 back when
I
I was a kid on Windows 98. Like
I've I've tried to play Civilization, and that's when I realized that I do not like strategy games at
I
all. So
that's pretty funny. But
yeah.
I feel like Civilization grew up with me like Tetris kind of.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
yeah, it's like one of those background games, or even like something like yeah, I've been playing Civilization for a long time. But
Hmm.
recently I haven't been too much into it. But this one I might check out.
Okay.
Um it's a lot of stuff. Monster Hunter Wilds, we've seen gameplay from that. Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero. It's a lot of the games that we've seen already. I'm trying to find some of like the big news that stood out to me. Um, Nothing really. Indiana Jones. That's it. Yeah, I mean, and then they had the Future Game Showcase, which was like kind of like a separate showcase, and
Hmm.
that was also another 3 hour ordeal. And I mean, I don't. It's so much stuff. It's hard to just remember off the top of my head. I didn't really
Yeah.
like take notes and stuff. I was kind of just like letting it play.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, I could. There's nothing really that I see there were a lot of world premieres at the Future Game Showcase. So if you want to see trailers of games that's coming out past holiday season, then that would be the showcase to watch. But
Hmm.
yeah, that's all I got for Gamescom.
Shout out to you, Jaja, for watching all of these.
It's a
There's been
lot.
so many like this year, but like condensed, and I feel like in the last like 4 months, and I feel like you literally watched them all.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Oh, one of the games that I thought looked exciting, Exoborn
Hmm.
from the Future Games Showcase. It looks like it's going to be a fun game. I don't have much to say about it, but if anybody's looking for a trailer to watch, that would be the one.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Well, I'm looking at the picture of it right now. Um, no interest in
Yeah,
Fast
half of
Penguin.
these games I don't even remember what the gameplay looks like. It's like a lot of games that they showed.
Yeah,
So
interesting. All right, cool. Well, I will not be buying any future games until I clear out my backlog. Report back if you buy anything new, Jaja.
I
Let us
feel
know.
like a couple months ago we were like, oh, we're not getting any games, there's no games coming out, and
They're
now
still
the
not.
scene
Oh
is
yeah. Oh, there are a ton of
completely
games. Yeah, I
flooded.
know. There are a ton of games coming
Like
out. So I guess it just
drowning.
I
We're
guess it just
drowning
depends
in
on what you like and the type of gamer you are. If you think that there are games coming out and like that are in line with what you like. But there in general there are tons of things coming out. So there's a lot.
And I don't know if you heard about what happened to Concord, that game, the PS5 game that came out this week that was like Overwatch,
No.
completely failed. Debuted with
Mm.
like it couldn't even get like 700 concurrent players, and it's so bad that it went viral. So a lot of people are calling that game dead on arrival.
Wow.
Sorry, it sucks. So, a lot of people worked on that game probably, but
That's crazy.
yeah. Who was excited for Concord? I know I've said it weeks ago on this podcast that I have no expectations of Concord doing anything. It's just it's like an Overwatch clone and need something new.
That's crazy. Okay. Well, there were a lot of failures last week, so uh that what else did we talk about that failed?
What?
Borderlands, lots of things. Anyway, can't win them all.
They did announce a Borderlands 4 at GameCon. That was like
Okay.
the first. I feel like that was the day one first trailer that came out, Borderlands 4. So it's like, all right, you're using the movie flop to announce your new game. I don't know. It was kind of you trying to make us forget that this movie just flopped. But I guess the gamers don't care about the movie, so it worked. Um,
Yeah.
Before we get off video games, I do want to highlight the new accessibility focused controllers that
Yeah.
Xbox is coming out with. I think that is really dope. Like they are making like different ways to customize the controllers and change the thumbsticks. They got all different types of like shapes
Yeah.
and like things you can attach depending on your needs. Like if you need to like control the thumbstick with your foot, they got a thumbstick that like works well with your foot. If you need it looking like all types of shapes,
Yeah.
I can't even describe the shapes because they're so unique. I thought that was pretty cool.
It's awesome. It is awesome. So people can take some notes from Xbox for sure. Because people need this. They're all different types of gamers. So yeah.
And
To
the
mhm.
best part about it is that the devices like they look like Xbox controllers. It's not like they made sure that it looks sleek and as cool
Yeah.
as everything else so that, you know, whoever needs it feels like it's a real Xbox controller that they're using and not, you know, some
Yeah.
handicap product. So
Yeah.
I thought that was dope.
That's awesome. Yes, accessibility is very important, but like yeah, making it the design does look cool, so like making it so that it still looks cool is a big thing. So that's great. That's great. Um yeah. Ready to move into some TV news, Jaja? Did you watch The Acolyte?
Ready. I plan on watching that. Even though it's getting so much hate, I really want to watch it and see if I like it. Because I feel like I'm gonna like it.
But you might be mad because I heard it ended on a big cliffhanger and it is canceled.
I
So
heard that too. I heard that too.
is there
But
even a point in watching it?
when I watch it, I'm gonna go into it with like I'm watching it like it first came out. I
Okay.
just want to see if it's something that I would have liked. Because I know I was asking for this. I was specifically asking for this and I got it and I didn't watch it. So
You didn't watch it, and that's
I feel like
Jaja.
this show was made for me.
Jaja, because you didn't watch it, it's now canceled. Okay,
Right?
it's because your views were not counted that it's canceled. Anyway, so The Acolyte, it started off strong. So I think when it came out, uh, it had 4.8 million views in the first day it came out on Disney Plus, it made it the highest premiere on Disney Plus for this year. And then rose to 11 million views globally after 5 days of streaming, and it made it into the Nielsen's top 10 originals chart, with 488 million minutes viewed. Um, but
Did you watch this?
huh?
Did you watch it?
No, I didn't. But
Okay.
I don't think I was ever planning to. So I don't
Okay.
know. I mean, maybe I was. I don't know. Star Wars. I'm a little bit burnt out on Star Wars, to be honest with you. So in week 3 of streaming, it dropped out of the top 10. And it stayed off for the rest of its streaming. For the rest of the time that it was streaming, like new episodes. So I guess it was decided that the viewership dropped off so steeply that they didn't want to continue with the season 2. Again, I heard that it did end on a cliffhanger, so a lot of fans are angry and upset that it is not being renewed. But I mean, actually, let me not say that because the fans probably were watching it, but it's not anyone's fault.
My friend that was watching it was telling me that it was like the story was very there was a lot of different plot lines. Like they introduced a lot of different characters and there was a lot of stuff going on. And
Mm,
it was just a lot for the first season. And
okay.
I don't know if they like I forgot whatever they said, but they're a fan of Star Wars. They're diehard fans of Star Wars. And I was also seeing a lot of diehard fans didn't like the show. So I guess
The diehard Star Wars fans are toxic. They don't like anything. I feel like they don't like anything new that comes out. They're
they like
so
some of the shows. Some of the shows that they like, I'm not sure. I
and
don't got it off the top of my
and
head, but I feel like they
Andor
like
Andor was the only show so far that has been like really, really widely positively
Mandalorian.
received. And The Mandalorian, except for last season, was a little like eh. That's it though.
They didn't like
But
Obi-Wan,
I don't think so. I don't think
Ahsoka.
mixed. Mixed.
Okay.
I think Obi-Wan and Ahsoka were mixed. But yeah, the Star Wars fandom, they don't like anything new. They like the old stuff and like they want everything to be how it was. But that's not realistic. So
Yeah, I
that's
got to give this a watch and come back. I like. Yeah, I'm sad that it's canceling because it was what I wanted. Nothing but Jedi's running around, lightsabers everywhere.
I mean, you can't be sad, Jaja. You don't even know if you like the show.
Oh,
You
but
have
I
to
am
watch
gonna
it
watch
first.
it soon because I found I didn't know that Max was being bundled with Hulu and Disney Plus.
It is
Yeah, you can get that bundle first. This is not an ad, but $16.99. You can get those bundled together for.
for
So
Max and Disney Plus and Hulu.
yes,
But how does that work when the Max is not even like the same company doesn't even own Max?
Shannon,
Okay.
I don't know, but I went online, logged into my Max account, and I can upgrade to that bundle from my Max account. So
That's very
it's a
strange.
thing. And then I've been getting a whole bunch of ads for it on my Instagram. So yeah, if anybody didn't know that, they got rid of ESPN, I guess, and replaced it with Max. And now you can get 3 heavy hitters for bundled together.
That's so weird.
They're trying to
It's
compete with Netflix, yo. Netflix, I mean, I feel like Netflix has a lock on the game
Do
right now.
they? I don't know. Netflix takes forever to release like they take forever to release like new seasons of their original shows. And I think that that's hurting them a lot. Like it takes them years, multiple years between each season to release a new season of their
Yeah,
originals.
but they got so many of original shows now that they. Well, I'll do some research. I'll come
Yeah.
back next.
I don't know. Like it's turning me off. Like Stranger Things. Like when the hell is Stranger Things coming
I
out?
feel like they
Like
just released something that's going crazy, but I
Sailor
don't.
Sailor
I
Moon
forget.
Cosmos came out this week, guys, and I watched that. I forgot to put that on my nerdy news. Well, I watched half of it. I started watching it last night and I didn't finish it, but I forgot to put that on my nerdy things.
And
It's too,
non-spoiler review.
well, I didn't finish it, so it's too early for me to say how I liked
Okay.
it. So
All right.
I'll come back next week. I'm like, I have like, I because I started watching it after I got home from the con yesterday, so I was tired.
Mhm.
So I only
Okay.
watched like 30 minutes. It's like an hour and a half, roughly, like an hour and 20 minutes. So I have to go back and finish watching it.
Got it. All right.
Um, yeah. So that's a good bridge into our anime news. So the arcs, so for one and Netflix actually. So One Piece, Netflix announced the arcs that are gonna be in season 2 of the live action One Piece. And those arcs are going to be
You got Logtown,
yes,
Reverse Mountain, Whiskey Peak, Little Garden, and Drum Island.
that's a lot. And
That is a lot.
that's a
Like
lot in one season.
this can't be 10 episodes, right?
I don't know how they would squeeze this into 10 episodes.
Yeah, that's a few. That's a few.
Or is this just like season 2 will begin one important arc that fans saw coming a mile away. Long time was kicking. Yeah, I don't know how they're planning on. We'll see. Maybe we'll get a nice little like 15 episodes, which is unheard of nowadays. But I feel like I feel like this is a lot. This is a lot. Um, I guess we'll see. Do you think it's a little bit too ambitious?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I'll have to see.
All right.
It's just like they gotta cut a lot of stuff out.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna cut a lot of stuff out. So I wonder how they're gonna
And
do it. I wonder how they're gonna do it creatively.
and like I guess you don't want to drag out like certain arcs. You want to kind of like speed through this live action one.
Yeah.
We're already gonna get another remake, so
Oh my
I don't know.
gosh.
I would just have to see how it goes. I don't want to judge it.
One Piece is being completely oversaturated. Why on earth? Anyway, sorry. I feel like I complain about this remake every single week, but whatever. I'm gonna watch the remake. That's the only way I'm watching One Piece, like the anime.
We need like a milking the cow gif to
I
put up
know.
every time.
Literally milking the cow. But disappointed though in the One Piece toxic fan base because there's been a lot of mixed reaction to the announcement of the casting for Miss Wednesday. So it's revealed that, and I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing her name wrong. Charitha Chandran. She is going to be playing Miss Wednesday. And people are upset because Charitha is a woman of color. I think that she is actually. Let me make a mental note to cut this out too while I Google her ethnicity. Uh,
Mhm.
so she is Indian basically.
Okay.
So they have cast her in the role. A lot of people are mad because, of course, they want Miss Wednesday to be white, or something resembling the skin color of the one from the anime. And guys, Just get over it. Why does it matter? Like,
I think honestly, she's like a perfect match.
yeah, yeah,
Like just like face shape and just the features. Yeah, I like her as Phoebe.
yeah. I just need people to just stop being so angry when diversity happens for fictional characters. You know what I mean? It's not like people are trying to whitewash history here. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, mixed reactions.
Have you seen the rest of the cast?
So the One Piece season 2 cast, yes. So like we said,
Uh-huh.
we have Charitra as Miss Wednesday. Sent here. Oh my God, these names. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
so
I don't
sorry.
want
I'm
to
about to
butcher
butcher
his
them.
name, but I think he's fire for
Sandhill.
Senhil Rama Murthy.
Mm-hmm. As Cobra.
And he's gonna play, yeah, Nefertari Cobra.
Katie
I
Sagal.
think he matches. I like
Um,
Katie Sagal as the doctor Curia, where they meet where he meets the little where he meets Champa. I was gonna call him
why are you forgetting his Jaja? Aren't you watching One Piece? What is wrong?
no,
What
I
is
was gonna
going on
call
right
him
now?
like a bear or something, but that's
Um,
disrespectful because he's a reindeer. But yeah, Champa.
okay. Mark Harilik, um, is playing Dr. Hiraluk. I need you to pronounce his name, Jaja, because you're the one watching One Piece right now. Okay.
Yeah, I'll totally butcher all these. Dr. Haraluk,
But
Mark
you're watching
Harrick.
but you're watching
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Don't worry. I'll take it for the team, Shannon. I got you.
Oh my
We got
God.
Daniel Lasker. He's gonna be Mr. Nine. I actually like these castings. I'm not mad at I haven't seen one that I'm mad at. Johnson is gonna play Mr. Five, number five. I don't know why they got him as Mr. Five. I know him as number five.
Okay.
Um Shazara Shaslin is gonna play Miss Valentine. There you go. You got your blue-eyed blonde girl right there.
Uh,
And I'm not mad at her being Miss Valentine either.
okay.
David Dast Malchian. Sorry. Number three. He's gonna be number three. And number three is important. Number three is important.
Okay.
I
Okay.
like I like I like that. I like the casting. Yo,
Okay.
they're finding people who like look like these One Piece characters. It's crazy.
That's good.
Werner Poister is gonna play Dorothy. He's one of the giants that are fighting on that island for years and years. That's pretty dope. And then we got Brendan Murray. He's gonna play Brogy, which is the other giant. Oh my God, they're gonna do that in season two. This is a lot of stuff.
There are a lot of new characters that are in this season, so this is very ambitious.
Clive Russell is gonna be Crocus, and only gets even more ambitious. There's like the further you go, the more characters are thrown at you at once. It's like kind of nuts.
Mm.
Uh, we got Callum Kerr. He's gonna play Smoker. I like it. I like that a lot. Even though I don't know who any of these actors are. Rewald is gonna play Tashigi. She's a Marine. Rob Coletti is gonna play Wapple. He's one of the early I guess bosses that Luffy fights. Tai Kiok is gonna play Dalton. I think he transforms into like a bull. He's a good guy.
Hmm.
Yeah, sorry for this minor spoilers that I might have just said.
I mean,
But yeah, I'm not mad at any one of those castings. And it's a
yeah,
lot of new people, like you said. That's a lot.
yeah. It's a very ambitious thing that's being attempted here, but we're gonna see. I'm very excited. The season's supposed to come out next year. So hopefully not
Mhm.
hopefully not the end of next year. So we will see. In other news that might be good or bad, depending on if you were a fan of this news. But the live action Naruto movie has finished the script. So there's an update there. The script has been written. So it just has to be filmed or cast. I don't know where we are. I don't know if it's been casted. I don't know what's going on. But the script is done. So boo.
The live action Naruto movie.
Yeah, we've talked about this. We've talked about this movie.
Yes, no, I'm waiting for the trailer. I am waiting for the trailer.
It's gonna be a while before we see that. But
Mhm.
yeah. So that's done. And we will see what happens with that. That's all I have to say about it. You all know I'm not excited. I'm not a fan. I don't think that we should all jump to think that we can make live action remakes work really well from anime because, like, again, only a couple of ones have cracked the code.
They've been getting better at it.
One of them has gotten better at it.
We'll see. I gotta see a trailer before I jump out the window.
Okay. Again, don't know how they're turning an entire however many episodes, like 500, 600, what I forget how many episodes Naruto has into a movie, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, anything else from you, Jaja?
That's all I got. Oh, just a brief thing. I forgot. They were having Comic-Con over here in Tampa. It was
Oh,
from the
nice.
23rd to the 20th for today. I kind of
Okay.
like forgot. I found out why it was happening. But they had some people there. They had Elijah Wood was there. Hayden Christensen, Charlie Cox was over
Oh, nice.
there.
Nice.
So Billy D. Williams. They had some people over there. So
Nice. Okay.
I wish I knew about it earlier. I would have went.
Well,
But yeah, that's it.
nice. All right. Well, guys, thanks so much for joining us for another week. Hopefully we'll all back together next week. We will see if James decides to go on another vacation. Anyway,
Or you.
no, I'm not going anywhere else the rest of the year. So I'll be right here.
Mhm.
So as always, you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram at Blerdsnerds, follow us on TikTok, Blerdsnerds_pod. Send us an email, blerdsnerds@gmail.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, or you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your podcast listening app of choice. As always, I'm Shannon.
I'm Jaja.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Peace.